Hi, my name's Darren. Today, welcome to my focus group. Today I'm going to play you a song that I'm going to be making a music video for. And the whole purpose of this music video is to get your feedback, your opinion, tell me what you think, and then that way that'll help me create the music video. But the first thing is I'm going to play the song and then get your views and opinion of the song. Just gonna go around and I'm just basically just gonna ask you for the first question is what comes to your mind when you hear that song?
Spaceships.
Spaceships. Any reason why?
It's all space like.
It's very synthesized, isn't it?
Yeah.
So it's very you picture space.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something techno-y, like
techno,
sci-fi.
Something technically.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there any bands like that sort of reminds you of, or?
Off the bat,
Sounds a bit like Swedish House Mafia or something like that. They're a bit techno.
Right.
It's a bit of pop mixed in there as well, though, sort of thing.
Sort of what would you expect to see in music video for this song?
someone flying through space for some
Someone
reason.
flying through space.
That's what
Yeah.
I see, hyperspace. Whee!
I see comics.
You see
All in
comics?
comics.
Yeah, that works as well.
It's actually
That's
pretty.
like
Yeah.
comics.
Comics. So it's
yeah.
like.
Like you know, like.
And comic book panels, that's what I see.
I think it'd be pretty cool. Yeah.
Would
It's
it
easy to
all
put the
be
effects on.
animated then?
No,
It didn't have to be,
It
like,
doesn't have to be.
The
But
background
space
could
comics,
be, but
like space, but in comic panels, is comic books for
Like,
And you can zoom into each comic.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Little
that-
scene and
Like
zoom
different
out
space.
to the next
Oh,
one.
okay. So it would be pretty much just still pictures with some sort of story behind it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Not necessarily still, it could be little
Yeah,
movies
it's
inside
like-
things,
like
little
it-
movies.
Still interesting.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you
Like,
just have
yeah.
still pictures always through.
Yeah, like a guy flying through space, and then the next panel's the guy's face going. Something.
Oh, okay. You said effects. What sort of effects are you talking about? What sort of,
Colourful effects.
so colourful effects.
Hyperspace
Yeah.
effect.
Hyperspace
Yeah.
effects.
Definitely.
And
That's what I see.
explosions!
It's like a Superman.
No, I don't see explosion.
I
Just
can
some
see explosions.
zooming through
No,
space.
explosions would give it too much.
No, it's too. It's that explosion's too
Yeah.
hard. But space just zooming everywhere, planets in the background and stuff.
Right.
Nancat.
You could zoom.
No, you
to-
can't,
Yeah,
should be in
I was
the-
thinking that. You could zoom from one planet to the next.
Zoom
Yeah.
one planet to the next.
Yeah.
I just
And then,
imagine
you could get into a little situation and he's got to be set free. And
I don't imagine
I was just thinking
a
it could be
spaceship. I
someone
just
in jail or
imagine
something like that,
an astronaut
yeah.
just
Yeah.
zipping everywhere.
and he's imagining it or something.
Okay.
So-
Do you guys have any idea what the song is actually about?
Setting people free.
All I heard was set me free.
It's
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
this guy's having problems, isn't he? And he wants to be free, isn't it? Sort of.
Well, basically, the story is actually about a man who doesn't like his job. He doesn't like the fact that he has to get up really early, and he works from 9 to 5.
So he's lazy. Basically.
Basically, he doesn't like his job and he wants to be out.
Or you can
Could,
incorporate.
yeah,
that
it could be
into
like a
the
guy,
video.
he's in his office and then he daydreams and then, ooh.
Yeah, he daydreams,
and then,
and then his comic
and then
starts.
like a thought bubble, and then the panel goes into the thought bubble, and then he's in space flying and
He's
stuff.
in
Yeah.
space.
Yeah.
So this guy, he
He's
starts off in an office.
And he's oh,
He's thinking of
bored,
himself.
and then he's little
then
bubble.
bubble.
and then he's
Envy his bubble.
space, and he's wee. Exactly, wee. He literally makes that sound, wee.
Can you add that sound
Yes,
effect?
add that into the song.
I just
Yeah.
oh, it's alright, it's
that
not
would have
bad.
been awesome.
But I just thought, have you when they go set? do you think of a really guy like do a really cool dance, like walk?
So what, dancing?
Yeah, because
A
it's
guy-
techno, so you can't just have him walk flying.
Disco dancing sort of thing.
What I kind of imagine is like there's a guy in his like hyperspace, like rainbow hyperspace background, and it like sort of goes around like in a circle, like
Space
The
seems
camera,
to
like-
play a very big part into this.
What's
yeah,
that
That's what it
sounds
seems
space.
like.
Yeah, it seems like a
Pet
space.
Shop Boys one where they're in space and like it reminds me of that. There's that
What's
Pet Shop Boys song, which
Pet
they're
Shop Boys,
which
that's
they're
what
all
I'm
like
thinking.
they're all like marching like
Pet Shop Boys.
yeah, and like there's like other scenes where they're flying and stuff. It's awesome. I can't remember what song it is now. I don't like it.
Could not always be space though. It could be sky first, then space. Like starts like soaring in the sky.
And he
Like,
starts walking on the clouds. Like.
you know, maybe flies through some like landmarks, like the Eiffel Tower or something. Like wee.
Yeah, get further and further away from
Yeah.
England or something. Like,
Yeah.
And it goes
start
like
with
past
Big Ben
Jupiter, and then
like France, and
Right,
then like
and
then it
Greece.
freezes.
Well,
it could end like
um,
the Milky Way,
Egypt.
like in the background or something.
And I've put together a small sort of 45 seconds of what I've come up with so far, the song. And basically I'm going to play that and then just get your feedback on it. Some of you... Set me
You got issues you need to address. You're so shallow, your life's in a mess. I'm so drained, trying to work you out. Yeah, makes that complicated. What's it all about? I've seen your true colors. I want out, had enough. You don't deserve somebody decent like me. Your insecurities, I can find me. I need all before I lose my sanity. Set me free.
And that's what I've sort of come up with so far for the music video. Any feedback? Like what do you think of it?
I like
like
all
the
the space and the
satellites.
satellites and the space.
The time
but
lapses, yeah.
There's like like the text and like I also noticed spelling mistake like on
Okay,
the
other
thing.
than
Yeah.
spelling mistakes, this was
Yeah.
a rush job.
I quite
You
like
should
the
have
way
made that to the camera.
you put the lyrics
Edit
in.
out.
I didn't like it to be honest.
I didn't like
No.
it.
I think-
either.
I think maybe if it was like the same text type all the way
Yeah.
through.
What I think the lyrics, it's a good idea, but it's you're going from like a darker theme to going to bright lettering. You think there
Yeah.
should be darker lettering, maybe.
It was like consistent lettering maybe.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah,
the
as well.
lettering, so
I
the same
don't-
font.
Yeah, same
I
font
think-
instead of like all these clashing
As long as
fonts
it's not
and
Comic
colours
Sans.
and
I
everywhere.
think
Not
the
Comic
video's good, but it doesn't get the message of the music across in the video.
Why do you
Because
say that?
it's about a guy who doesn't like his job and you're taking pictures just of
I still
a
like the
satellite
idea of
going
like
round
a
and
guy
round
in
and
his
round.
office daydreaming and then it opens
Yeah.
up to that. Like maybe if it's
Yeah.
daydreaming and
Yeah.
then that was his dream.
You don't get that
like,
image.
Set me, and then there's like the
I
satellites in
was
his dream and
thinking
stuff.
about maybe doing like a narrative story
Yeah.
of like whether like the guy is sort of in his office, he doesn't like it, and you've got like typical shots of like him tapping the pen on the
Yeah.
desk, the clock, maybe a shot of like a mug, getting sort of like constantly refill, him being bored.
Maybe if you could
Does
get
that
like
sound good, or
if you could get like a
Yeah.
cubicle thing, and then there's like a boss, and then there's like all this drudgery, and, like Stevenson do blah 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 blah, blah and he's like tapping
Why
his
is his name Stevenson?
because Stevenson's
It's
an
a
awesome
generic
name.
right?
Anyway,
Okay,
and he's
fine,
like
so
tapping
that's
his pen, and then it's sort of to the beat of the thing, and then it slowly sort of like
Drifts off.
drifts up
Yeah.
into the foreground,
Yeah,
and then it's like a
it's-
dream, like so like tapping the pen to like a light beat of the song, and then
That's a good idea.
Easy. that.
To like, because you've got all the backgrounds in space now, really, and I like the fact that it's fast forward.
Hmm.
Do you
Well, I
think
mean,
you
that's-
can have like the character? It's probably pretty easy to crop around, but and move. I say that.
I'm
I
not
don't
sure.
know.
Actually, thinking about
You
that,
can
I
do
think
it
that
in
works without the
cross.
guy in it because I like all the satellites moving on
All
around.
the
Yeah,
satellites.
It seems
but
just like a bit of a
if there's gonna
surreal
be
dream.
Story in it, I'd rather it like
Yeah, it's a
Yeah.
I'd
bit.
be much
Personally.
more interested in it if it actually related to the song.
Yeah,
You get me?
I think it'd be easy to get the man to actually fly across because he's got all the backgrounds now. He's got all the effects on the backgrounds.
Well, basically, none of that footage I actually shot myself. It's just stuff I put together of other stuff I found on the internet. But basically, that gives like a rough idea of what I'm sort of thinking. But I did get the idea of having like a story of like the guy is in an office and he just wants to sort of like be free.
Yeah.
He doesn't like his job. He doesn't like working 9 to 5. Does
Yeah,
that
that's
sound
like a little
sounds
prologue,
very
like
good,
little
yeah.
prologue before the song actually starts to set it up.
If you didn't want to go with the office idea, you could always have. It works exactly the same as
Yeah.
a student. And it's probably easier to shoot because you're in a college building.
Yeah. Just anyone who's bored, to be honest. Yeah, like maybe he's like in an exam and he's just like, I like the tapping the pen, mind the tapping the pen idea.
Yeah, but
but-
you can have that.
so you
Yeah.
can do it for like a college student, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because that
could
links
work.
more
It
to
could work
you
with many things.
and the story.
Because it's the same general thing. He's bored and unsatisfied, and he
The
wants
only
something
thing
better.
is, if you're going to do a student A, you've got to remember Britney Spears did that. Sorry, that's
Well,
not
yeah,
my
but it's
favourite
slightly different, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
different.
know
You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
But
said
that's
to
hit
start
me,
the,
baby.
the
It just doesn't
video.
work.
It's
you
not like
mentioned
there's
something
no
about
songs
starting
with like
the video
office work, is
before
it? Then
the,
Brittany did
music?
that as well.
Sorry?
Starting,
I don't know.
starting the
She
video
did.
like before the music.
Yeah, not too
Yeah.
much, just a little bit.
Mm.
Like
10 seconds.
Yeah.
Yeah, like 10 seconds.
Like having an
while,
opening
so like you like
sketch.
see him like what sort of walk into college or like when he gets up or.
I
Or
think
just
in
like-
class, in class. I
he's
think
just
works
sat
best.
down, he's got all his work to
Like
do.
so, he's bored. He's bored in class, and he's like drifting off.
I
You know, how you
thought
drift off.
The song's about somebody in an office, so not a student.
Yeah, but it still
It is,
works,
but
doesn't
I
it?
mean,
Yeah.
It can
just,
work.
Like, but basically, the bottom line is this guy doesn't like his work. He doesn't like the hours. He just
Do you
doesn't
like
like
the
his work
working
pretty
hours?
much, and he just wants to be free. He wants to do something else. So I could do it from like a student's.
It still works. It's the same. It's the same general
if you
theme.
can get yourself
Yeah.
in an office and be able to record, maybe the office way is to go. But
Well,
I'm
I mean, I
saying,
really
if
don't
you haven't
think.
got that
You
much
can't, there's
time,
offices.
Well, I mean, the college isn't exactly lacking offices.
Yeah, just
Mm.
less. And a building more.
Mm.
Oh,
So,
okay.
so do you guys think I should go more down the sort of narrative path where like you see the guy in an office, or do you think I
Well-
should?
It depends. Who's the video meant to be aimed at? What sort of age group?
Well, it doesn't actually have a target audience.
Fair enough.
it's techno.
So
I'd say for
15
young
to
people,
25,
really.
I'd say.
Yeah.
Yeah.
like-
I think the narrative just works better though.
Because basically, I was going to ask you who you think this is aimed at, because it doesn't actually have a target audience. So taking into consideration who it might be aimed at, whether
It's just
the
teenagers.
Late teens, I think.
Late
Late
teens,
teens,
early
late
20s.
teens.
late
Yeah.
teens, early 20s, people who like to go out,
Yeah.
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 clubbing.
Mm.
So like with the video.
I don't really imagine like a
video
30-year-old
appeal to
listening
them.
to this, like
No.
this techno beat, but
Mm.
Could do.
they could. But you know, I don't imagine it being predominantly 30.
How
No.
old's the guy who wrote it?
I don't know. I don't know much about the artist.
See, I bet the artist usually says about 30.
Yeah,
And
that's
you're
what
gonna
I
be like, oh,
That
what
doesn't
are you
mean-
going against me,
Yeah.
Daddy?
Okay, I'm
So
just
almost
aiming
like
towards,
do like late teen music.
Early
Between like
20s.
15 and 25, maybe, at
Between 15 and
most.
25?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
rough estimate.
so between, like,
Possibly a bit older.
Yeah.
15 to 30 or
Yeah, go for 30. I'd say quite a
Yeah.
large range on that. I know 30-year-olds that still party.
I'm stuck between two ideas.
The office idea is, if you get an office, the office idea is much better.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you can't get an office,
I'd
student.
use a student, yeah.
If you use a
Well,
student,
yeah,
I think it
but-
works best with an
well,
exam.
the,
I got that.
considering-
Yeah, exam.
If you use a student, exam's probably best.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Yeah,
are
it's-
exam halls on it.
that
though.
might be a bit hard to do. Sort of like having to get like loads of people.
You
To be fair,
You could
You
just
could do
use
it
like
just one
20,
class.
like
You could do it
20. It
in
could be like an
year.
Yeah,
after
you could
class
do it.
thing. 20 people with these sort of chairs, and there's like a paper, and he's like bored, and then he's like you
Tapping
tap,
the beat
tap,
out.
tap,
Few
and then the beat goes up, and then.
You've also got to
Well-
get someone to lend you their office. That's the problem. And people have like documents they may not want you to see, so you have to like hide stuff.
You need like
True.
two people to
But,
act like. parts
But,
You got
the
Clive's
problem
office.
with using college students. Do you think it would because the age group is obviously 15 to 30? That's what I put down as. Do you think using college students would appeal to the older sort of
I
Well-
suppose, yeah.
You could do what TV shows do and get an older person to play a younger person.
Yeah.
Any further comments about any ideas or anything you'd like to say?
Be careful about being repetitive in the video, because I noticed that was quite repetitive. And it gets boring. You watch like, oh, it's really good. Oh, it's doing it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because
I've
you
never
had
seen
the,
that bit
yeah,
before.
yeah, you had the, what is it, the spaceship? Not the
Yeah.
spaceship.
The satellites.
Satellites.
I actually
just
kind
a
of like
couple of
them. I
times.
just thought the text.
It goes with the
text
techno,
is
I
my only
guess,
problem.
Yeah.
But
But you
if
see it a couple
if
of
you're
times. You want something
story,
different.
You do not want repetitive.
Yeah, don't do it. Don't do it any more than 3 times. Don't show a scene any more than 3 times.
I do
Okay.
too.
Oh, she's setting rules for you now.